I've already talked about a lot of the innovations during World War One. One was air warfare, and you see here, this is the way they dropped bombs at the beginning of the war. This is the way they dropped bombs at the end of the war. And this is a huge biplane. This is actually a bomber. This is the first aircraft carrier during this era. It's an Italian aircraft carrier. This is the largest bomb dropped during World War One. They used hot air balloons for observing. They used zeppelins to observe and to bomb large areas. And zeppelins actually just scared people because they were so huge. We'll look at some pictures here real quick. These are Zeppelins, mostly German. These big, huge ones are all Zeppelins. This is a Zeppelin that could land on the water. These are air balloons. This is the largest Zeppelin. Actually, this is the largest Zeppelin during this era. It kind of looks like the one from the movie that we watched. At the end of the war, which is called an armistice, the German and their allies, they began to quit, and Austria-Hungary broke apart into two separate countries. Germany wants peace, but America and its allies, mostly the French and English, are determined to force the peace on Germany. They keep fighting Germany, even though Germany wants to stop fighting because they want unconditional surrender. Eventually, Germany has no recourse. The Kaiser, the leader of Germany, flees to Holland. An armistice, a peace agreement is signed after he leaves, and they have no say in the peace. The worst part about this era in world history is the outbreak of the flu, known as influenza. This particular strain of influenza was brought by Americans to Europe. It spread very quickly in the filthy conditions inside the trenches and then into the larger cities. And once it spread around Europe and came back to America as soldiers came home, it ended up killing 30 million people worldwide, including 500,000 Americans here at home. So it was a pandemic, which means a epidemic that pans across the globe. After the war, it wasn't too bad for Americans. One American soldier dying is bad, but 50,000 American soldiers died. And if you compare that to the 8 million European soldiers that died, America, because it came in the war late, did very well and America also avoided trench warfare. The Ottoman Empire, which attacked some of its own people, known as the Armenians, was the first act of genocide in the modern era. And genocide, of course, is the organized killing of an entire people. And that is the lecture.